Good morning and welcome. It is Friday the 11th of March. I am Flatcap Callum and we are 4 sleeps to Cheltenham. Alright, coming up today, we've got a review of yesterday, we've got today's bets, normal staking day, £20 bet across 4 bets today, and then we will have a word on the golf. Alright, just before we do get to review of yesterday, quick top line for anyone new joining the channel. This channel is about value. We are not about winners. That might sound ridiculous. We like winners, we'll have winners, but if you want to have a high volume of winners, this is not the channel for you. Here we are about long-term profit. We lose more days than we win. This is about finding value in the betting market, exploiting that. But on any given day, we are likely to lose, like we did yesterday. So we will lose more days than we win. But on the winning days, the profit should outweigh the losing days. That's what we're trying to do. But if you're here for a quick buck, it ain't for you, I'm afraid. So thank you to all of the long-time watchers, listeners, commenters. Genuinely, it means loads to me that people are interacting with the channel and liking the channel, subscribing to the channel. It's not for everyone. I get people dislike it most days. I get people unsubscribe most days, and I'm perfectly cool with that because people need to find what they're into. I'm doing what I'm doing, and if you carried on watching it, then thank you very much. I appreciate every single one of you. All right, we'll do a review of yesterday. So, review of yesterday. It was pretty terrible, let's be honest. So it was a £20 on day. We had a loss of 18.32, which is the 4th worst loss in 60 days of the channel. So we've only had 3 days that we've lost more, and they were all on Saturdays, and 2 of those were when we went for a big Saturday. So in the context of 60 days, that tells you how bad yesterday was. Yeah, in terms of return, it wasn't good. I mean, some of them weren't too far off, but yeah, all around it was a bad day. But bad days, I'll be honest, are really helpful to remind you and not get carried away that this isn't about every day we're going to win. But the maximum we're going to lose is our day's stake. The maximum we can win is much larger than that. It depends on what bets we put on. And that's the thing to remember, and that's why I keep talking about discipline with staking. So it's the same stake every day, unless I've got less going on or more going on, and a half stake and stake and a half and whatever. It's the same stake. Okay, so quick rundown of the bets that didn't go very well yesterday. So we've got an each way lucky 15. We had coup de gold, a couple of places out of the places. Then we had a punt on a couple of 2, and they didn't work out. And then we had Django, which was second, SP'd at 14s, only 10s on the channel. So hopefully, if you did get it, you got a better price than what we got on the channel. So it ran a really decent race, but not having it with anything is not very helpful. And then we had the second each way lucky 15, my horse of the day. That was a couple of places out of the placings, not there. Then we had a couple of punts, and one of them actually Rogan's Fancy did hit 4th place, which Skybet did play. It did pay. A lot of bookies didn't. So if you're on that one, great. I think it was 33 to 1 SP. We only had it 22s on the channel. So again, 2 days in a row where the ones that we did have, the SP would have been better. But usually that's not the case, I don't think, on the channel. And then we had Velma. It was really disappointing. So we then had a win Trixie, and some of them were close-ish, but none of them got over the line ahead. So they all got beat. So overall, as I said, 168 back for the 2 single places out of that. So pretty horrific day. But what I will say to you, I really thank people for continuing to watch and understanding, because I think people have been around here long enough now on the channel to know what it's about and accept that these days do happen. And to be honest, I was looking back, 12th, 13th, 14th February, that's the significance of that is it's the last time we had 3 losing days in a row. That shows what good form the channel's been in, and I say that because I would expect to have a lot more periods of days like that, and longer periods like that of not making profit on days in a row. But 12th, 13th, 14th February was the last time we had 3 days in a row we didn't make profit. Hopefully today is not going to be a second day in a row, but the chances are it will be. That's the way it goes, I'm afraid. So what we got today, 4 bets. We've had a lot of chopping and changing this morning. We've had non-runners, I've had price crashes, so I've had to switch it about a little bit. But 4 bets, I'm happy with the 4 bets I've got, and including coming up my favourite Dundalk special. So Bet one. This is an each way lucky 15 for this afternoon's jumps. We've got 4 races, 2 Newcastle, 2 Exeter. So first race, this is, I'll be honest, it's a sub. So I had a horse in it when I really liked, non-runner. So I've had to go back to my subs bench and get horse number 2. G on Ice, we'll go with 12 to 1. Most bookies are paying 4 on this place. Have a look around. If you're not getting 4 places, then change your bookie on this race, I would say. Most bookies are paying 4. We've got 12 to 1 on that. We've then got 305 Jamil. That one is a Sky bet only in terms of paying 4 places, but I would take the bet with other bookies paying 3. So I think it's fair enough with that, 9 to 1. Then we've got 330 Exeter. We're going big price here. Sky bet of 5. Most bookmakers are 4. 50 to 1 persevering. I think it's really overpriced. I'm not telling you I've got a strong feel or a fancy about it, but it's massively overpriced. The rest of the field has got weak form, and this is making its handicap debut for Kim Bailey. Kieran Gethin's on board. He's in good form as a jockey. Trainer not so much. But there's bits of bob in the form that say soft ground, 2 miles. That's probably what it wants. So I think it might outrun 50 to 1 as the rank outsider of that race. So I've put it in today. And then I've got 440 Exeter. Sky bet of 4 on this one. Most bookies are. Again, I think it's an okay bet. 11 to 2 win tour. So I've done that in a way where I know Sky bet are paying extra places, all of those. Most bookies will pay it on race 1 and race 3. But I still think this is a viable bet for other bookmakers. So we've got 20p each way, lucky 15. And then we've got a 50p each way double on the top 2, the 2 Newcastle ones in there. So that's bet 1, £7 you bet. Bet 2 won't be for everyone. I'm going to do a quick explanation why. So we don't do many forecasts. And I'll be really honest, the reason is because forecasts are Marmite. Some people hate them and say you never make money from forecasting long term. Some people think forecasts are great and they'll always remember the time they won a massive amount of money on a forecast. I do forecasts. Not many of them, and I have hardly put any on the channel. And the reason being is the type of forecasts I do, you probably have 50 losing forecasts in a row before you get a winner, but that winner might be 3 times what you put on for the losing forecasts. And for a channel like this, I really don't want to keep putting on forecasts every day, and people having a go, and then people just getting fed up with doing a forecast. So I will do them intermittently. I think this is a good opportunity for a forecast, and as I said, the chances are this will not come in at all. So, but we're chucking money in the wind. But I think it's worth a go with the context of the race and the prices. So we've got 255 at Exeter, 7 runners. We've got 1704. I haven't put the price on there because there's no single. And we've got show on the road 18s. That's where there's a single on this one too. So it is a 7 runner. Not great for single bets, but 18 to 1 was a good enough price. 1704 is about 8 to 1 in the market. So I'm just doing it as a 35p reverse forecast. But as I said, I could put a forecast out most days on this channel, but people would just get fed up because they would so many of them lose. So I'm doing them intermittently, and hopefully I'll get one right at one point. So that's bet 2. Excuse me. Dundalk special coming up. All right, those of you who are regular, you know you get the deal. Those of you who are new, this is my favourite Friday night bet. So Dundalk's usually on a Friday evening, picking 4 out in the big place races. At decent prices, and sometimes they've been great for us and sometimes they've been shocking. This is what I've got today. 5 o'clock Slade Runner 15 to 2, 6 o'clock McCliff 8 to 1, 7 o'clock Fryerns 20s, 8:30 Sense of Romance 28 to 1. Most bookmakers, almost all bookmakers out there are paying 4 places on these. Sky bet a 5 on the bottom 2. So it's a bet I would put on anywhere. 25p each way, lucky 15. I'd love to hear if any of you are going to do a Dundalk special and you want to go something different. Shove it in the comments. Tell me your Dundalk special. I don't know what it is. I just like a Dundalk special. There's always at least 4 races where you can have a bit of a go at a price at Dundalk. So Dundalk special. And finally, bet 4. We've got an each way Trixie. So we've got 5:45 Wolverhampton Daysack 25, 6:15 Wolverhampton Daring Guest 16s. Daysack was 25s, yeah. Daring Guest 16s. 6:30 Dundalk didn't make it to the Dundalk special. Zoom Tiger 13 to 2. This bet. All of these are 4 places Sky bet. Almost any other bookmaker's not giving you 4 places. So I wouldn't necessarily say this is a safe bet for other bookmakers. It's not a safe bet generally, but this is a much more appealing bet to me because it's Sky Bet are paying 4 on there. So this is the one where, you know, if you're not using a Sky Bet, maybe give it a swerve possibly, or if you were non-Sky Bet, maybe just do the top 2 as a double because they're the bigger, better prices. So it's a 20p each way Trixie and 40p each way single. So our usual Trixie bet for the channel. Okay, and finally, word on the golf. Word on the golf is it's going well so far. Where we've made money usually on the golf, it doesn't look great, and then we get a nice thing at the end. So it's the first time in a while the golfers are doing well. So down in South Africa, they're halfway through round 2, and we've got our outside big price Darren Fitchart. He's in the mix there at 250s, which is decent. He's just about to finish his round, and he was comfortably in top 20. And then we've got Henny du Plessis and JC Ritchie, who are about to start round 2, and they had a brilliant round 1. So after round 1, they were first and tied 3rd. So really good start there. We did have one other who's down the field. And then over in the Players' Championship, Brian Harmon, amazing. If you look at his scorecard, he hit 3 bogeys in the front 5, looked down and out, and then he's come and smashed it with a bunch of birdies, and he's ended up 4 under par. And finished his round, which is a good place to be because the weather's playing havoc in the Players' Championship. So I'm really happy that he's in the clubhouse at 4 under. Jason Day started really good, 2 under through 4. Chris Kirk's not got a birdie yet, but he's still par through 6. So there's some chances we've got in the golf. So hopefully it will continue to be exciting. All right, that is what I've got for you. You look after yourself. I'll look after these bets and hopefully they'll be all right. And I'll see you in the morning. Thank you very much.